Hey guys, welcome to today's Shop My Stash Sunday. So I have a lot of makeup and a lot of it doesn't get used as much as it should be, so I'm gonna pull some stuff out of my collection to make sure that I use it this week. So I usually keep all my makeup in drawers, but I'm pulling these items out and storing them on top of my vanity so that hopefully I'll be better able to use them. First off, we're gonna go through this like letter organizer that I got from Ross, but I use for makeup. So I have the Dr. Brandt Pores No More mattifying primer, and this is one that I got during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I just haven't used it a whole lot, so I'm gonna give this a try this week. And then I have 4 foundations that I've put in for this week because I always mix foundations. So I have a lot that are similar in color where they're too dark and, you know, really pink, like the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Foundation in the shade Shell. And then I usually mix a shade that's kind of like this with a shade that's more neutral or even a little bit too yellow for me and too light. And so I have 3 of those. I have the Lancome Tint Idole Foundation in 090 Ivory Neutral, and the Maybelline Superstay Foundation in 102 Fair Porcelain, as well as the Fenty Beauty Foundation in 110. I'm pretty good at rotating my setting powders as it is, so I didn't pull any specific ones to put in here. I'm just gonna use whatever one throughout the week. I did pull out some more face products, including this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, and this is the original one, not the strobing one, which I also have. And I could never really figure out how to use this. So this shade over here has a very light glow to it, but these two have little tiny pieces of, you know, micro glitter in it. So I know that some people say use this as a highlighter, but it's extremely subtle, and other people say that they use it to like set their under eyes or even their whole face. That seems like that'd be too shimmery for me with my oily skin, so I'm not totally sure how I'm going to use this, but I'm gonna bring it into the rotation this week. I also brought out my Wet n Wild MegaGlo contouring palette. Mine is in this shade Dulce de Leche, and this one I don't really use the setting powder because it's not really the right color match for me, but I do like the contour shade. It's a little bit warm for my skin, but I think I can make it work, and I do think it blends out nicely. I have no problem with the quality of this, and I just don't use it very often. I also brought out my Benefit Hoola bronzer, and this one, again, I don't have any problems with the quality of it. I think the tone is nice. I just don't reach for it very often because there are others that I like more. So I'm going to be using this week. I pulled out 2 blushes to use this week. One is the Nars blush in Orgasm, and I used to use this a lot, as you can see from the pan that I've hit here, but I just got a lot of other blushes and stopped using this, so I wanted to use this week. And also the Milani Baked blush in the shade Luminoso. This really is a beautiful blush. I just don't use it a lot because it's very peachy and it's not the most flattering color on my fair skin tone, but it is beautiful and I want to use it, so I'm going to use that this week. I do have 2 other highlighters that I pulled for this week. One is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This is the shade Be My Highlight. I think they only have 1 shade, so here it is. And then the Too Faced Candlelight Glow in the shade Rosy Glow. This is just a little sample size that I got as maybe a 100-point perk or something like that, but it has kind of a pinkier side and a more yellow side, and I don't think that either of these are bad highlighters. This is actually the highlight that got me into highlighting in the first place. So I was never into highlighting, didn't see the point of it because I have such oily skin. I thought that I just produced my own highlight. But this is the one that I started using, and because it's so subtle that it really helped me step into the world of highlighting. But now that I'm more comfortable with the blingier highlights, then I find myself not reaching for this. So I definitely want to come back to this because it really is beautiful. And the same thing with the Candlelight Glow. This was really one of the earliest highlighters that I ever got. And so I want to come back to that as well. I have my mascaras that are open right now, as well as, you know, eyeliner and brow products and stuff, and I'm not going to be jumping around to ones that are not open yet, so we're going to skip those. But I do have two eyeshadow palettes that I got out to use this week. One is the Tarte Sex Kitten palette, and this has a lot of cooler tone shades in here. I really do love this pink color, but it has some glitter infused into that, which I'm not a fan of. And this shade over here is also quite glittery. So it's not my favorite palette that I have from Tarte, but I mostly bought it because I thought the name was funny and I love cats. So I will be using this week, as well as the Vulgar Pretty Birdie eyeshadow palette. And this palette has a lot of fun colors in it. And the reason that I chose this palette to go along with the Tarte palette is because this has a lot of cool neutral tones, and this one, while it does have pops of color, does still have some, you know, relatively neutral but warmer shades, and then you have some neutral ones up here. So I thought that between these two put together, I could come up with really any look that I needed for the week. So that's what we're working with for eyeshadows. And lastly, I have a few lip products that I want to use throughout the week. So I have 4 here in my little owl that my brother 3D printed for me, and I want to use each of these at least one time this week. So first off, we have the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in Santa Baby. This was part of the holiday release, and this is a nice berry color. And then we have the Lorac Pro liquid lipstick in the shade Soft Pink. And I only have 2 of these Lorac liquid lipsticks, and I haven't had a chance to use them a whole lot yet, and I don't think I've used this color at all yet, so I wanted to give this a shot. And then we have the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Voyager, and this is one, I love this formula, and I believe I've worn this color one time already, but I just haven't gotten a lot of use out of it yet, so I wanted to throw that in there. And then finally we have the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the shade Perla. And again, this is one that is new to my collection. I haven't even used it yet. I've only swatched it, so I wanted to make sure that I threw this in there sometime this week as well. So that is all I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed shopping my stash with me. I hope you have a great day. Bye.